connected to thousands of people around the world, and we have a team of people who are going to make this ministry the most wonderful thing it is, so that we can serve the divine in so many wonderful ways that will touch so many people around the world. And for that, I am truly, truly, truly grateful. I let it be so, and so it is.
And so it is. So, one of the things I wanted to do is just thank you, because this is, at any center, at its core is its practitioners. And so that's just, just an important starting point for you to understand the level of appreciation I have that we actually have a core of practitioners. Mm-hmm. Jackie, Jane, Mary Ellen, Julie, Mimi. We have 5 solid, and Gerd. We have 6 solid practitioners who show up regularly. Mm-hmm. For a center our size to have a practitioner core of 6, I know centers that have been around for 10 years that don't have a practitioner core of 6. Mm-hmm. And we've developed this in our first year. It is just so important and vital to a center to have that core, because we hold the consciousness. The practitioners are the ones who hold the consciousness of whether a center grows or not. Mm-hmm. And so it's vital that you guys do the work that you're doing. We couldn't exist without you. This center could not exist without the consciousness that you bring. So thank you.
Thank you.
And so through this, even though there are only 2 of us here now, our practitioner core, like I said, is 6. And that is a powerful, powerful number to build on beginning our new year. Last year at this time, there were none. And now we have 6. I mean, and if you count the other two ministers on our board who give regularly and are members, we actually have 8. Right? Because we have 2 ministers. Well, counting me, we have 3 ministers on our board. So we have 6 practitioners and we have 3 ministers.
Who are the other 2 ministers? One of them was
Reverend Linda Ketchum,
yeah,
and Reverend Don Fleming.
Okay.
Members of our board. They both run their own centers, but they contribute here. And so we have 3 ministers on our board, including me, and 6 practitioners. This is a powerful starting point to gain a congregation. We have 9 people before we even begin having a congregation. I mean, that's just fabulous. And all 9 give generously. And vision for this center. I mean, that's a powerful, powerful beginning. Last year at this time, there was nobody. It was just me with an idea. So 1 year in, we have 9 folks who stand in consciousness around this. And then we have lay people. Ashley, who shows up every single week, right? Cliff Gentle, our treasurer, who gives every single month, shows up once in a while, but it constantly is, of support of this center. We have people like Carol Cross, who is no longer showing up the way she used to, but she built our website. She edited my book. She, last year, was a huge support in terms of getting up the videos, in terms of managing, and she redesigned, she made the entire website that we have today. She volunteered, did the whole thing as a volunteer. So we have had people who have just stepped up to get this thing up and going. And I am just so, so grateful for that. And so Yesterday, 2 days ago actually it was, we reached 5,900 people that have never heard of us before. Now, how that will translate into how many show up on Wednesday, we don't know. But it's still a good beginning to getting the word out. And now that our board has voted to create a budget for that, we'll be doing that every week, putting out those kinds of ads, reaching those kinds of audiences. And sooner or later, that has to pay off. Ash and I are beginning this video promo program where every week we're going to make a video promo of the conversation for that week, because a lot of people like that video we made. And we're going to keep working on making them better, you know, coming up with different ideas about it so that the promos themselves are fun to watch.
You know what I noticed is that I've seen promos before, and if you add a little bit of humor with it, like, you know, maybe Ashley takes a hook and pulls you off and says, and then you get me, that is a video queen, ta-da! Or something, because I've seen these really ridiculous ones, and they tend to go viral, so I've been studying that.
Yes. Yes, yes, we've been talking about that, how to make sure there's humor in them. We're looking at a balance of gravity and humor. That is the words that we use, gravity and humor. So, and this is new for us. It's not like, you know, that was our first one. It's not like we've done this before. So we're just in the beginning stages of how to play with this. And now we have a budget to make sure that when we make one each week, we can really get it out there. And so, you know, I think it's going to pay off.
Of course it's going to pay off.
So it's exciting to see how this is, how we are beginning our second year. I did the accounting for our center the other day because I was sending out tax letters. You guys got them. The tax letters I sent out. And in doing so, I made some graphs. And we did beautifully this past year. It may not show up in the matter of people showing up right now, but in the number of people who have committed to giving monthly, that has gone up consistently through the entire year. It's extraordinary. The support that we have had for this brand new idea that has never been done before by anybody. And so here we begin our second year from a very solid place, far beyond where we were last year. And we get to grow from here. And you as the practitioner core are a major part of having that happen by presenting workshops and classes, by setting up what it is you want to bring into the ministry, but also by this other thing that I have in mind, which is making each of you responsible for bringing somebody. It occurs to me that you folks love what we're doing here enough to tell others about it and ask them to join us. That you actually commit to bringing one other person, but more than just bringing somebody who sticks. So maybe that means you got to bring 10 people for the one that finally sticks. But committing because you are the practitioners. You are the ones with the consciousness to knowing that you can reach out to folks and say, join us in this, to the point where in the end, somebody has showed up who actually stays. And if each of the 6 practitioners bring one person who actually stays, then we have 12 who are showing up every week instead of the 3 or 4 we have now. And that's if you just bring one person. So that's all we're shooting for in this particular campaign, is you bringing one person who actually winds up sticking around. It's not asking a lot for what we want to grow. But I can't do it alone, and ads won't do it alone. We need to do personal invitations. You know, Ashley works for this company called Evolving Wisdom. And they have about 100,000 members. And they are getting their lessons in sales from Deepak Chopra. And Deepak Chopra, what he's doing is he is actually has his top people, his people who have been through all his classes, his what he would call his practitioners, sit in a room together and call people. They're making personal calls every day to their friends and family, saying, hey, why don't you join us? So it's still, no matter, it isn't the ads that grow something like this. It's personal contact. In the end, the biggest organizations out there are still using the same technique from the beginning of time, which is personal touch. And who better to do that than my practitioners who know the most about what it is we're doing here? So what I'm asking is that you commit to bringing one person who actually winds up sticking, which may mean you have to bring more than one person to get one who sticks. And so are you willing to commit to doing that? You can unmic yourself so I can hear you say yes.
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 Yes! Thank you. Mary Ellen is going to head this up as her internship and hold you guys accountable for the yes you have just stated, as well as her own yes.
Wait a minute. I can feel those whip marks. Ah, ah.
I don't know. Mary Ellen doesn't look like the whip type to me. But she's very much a high prayer person, so I think she'll be able to hold you all in knowing it's already done.
Good.
So how about we do a visioning on this? So sit back, take a deep breath, close your eyes, and relax. And imagine this room right here, filled to capacity. So many webcams, no more can even fit. And imagine looking around and seeing the people you brought. That you can say, I brought that person. And then that person brought that person. And then that person brought that person. Imagine that. The room filled. And you being able to see the people you brought. And feeling proud of that. Feeling really good about that. This filled room that you participated in filling. Imagine a thriving ministry that you supported in thriving, and then that ministry supporting you in thriving. Because this is a cyclical thing. When you are part of an organization that thrives, you thrive. So imagine yourself thriving as part of this organization, as part of this spiritual family. Not only do we touch lives, but we actually create abundance. People wind us joining us because because everybody who does, it's like touching gold. We have the Midas touch. Can you feel it? Feel it in your bones. The Midas touch. That people flock to us because they know there's something special here. There's something that is lighting everybody up who shows up. And you were a major part of it. Thank yourself for this thrilling experience of filling the room and knowing what you did to make that happen. And when you're ready, open your eyes. I think we have a very exciting year ahead of us. This is going to be fun. Really, really fun. And again, I cannot thank you enough for your time, your energy, your prayers, your money. I cannot thank you enough. This is.
Well, thank you for your great beginning idea.
You're welcome. And thanks, Spirit, for letting me hear it. Well, okay, Jane, would you like to pray us out?
Certainly. Just knowing the truth. And the truth is that as we close out, we each have a heart that beats, and it beats to the rhythm, and it is in alignment with the science of mind teachings and principles. And as we just know that that is sitting right in our heart, we know that it is meant to be expressed and shared. And we know that the global vision for this center, it takes each of us. And I just see that ripple of each one going out and getting someone who then goes out and gets someone else, that I know it can build exponentially with such ease and grace, because it is the divinity of God. And we know that Mary Ellen and her in this internship, we know that she is holding it in prayer. And we know that whatever is held in prayer happens. So I just see that multiplying, just like the loaves of bread and the fish, just that multiplying out to 5,000 as Jesus did. I see the same, and it's with the deepest of gratitude for Reverend Cliff, for the impetus of the idea, for how it's showing up, and for all the practitioners showing up. And I am grateful. So grateful. And for our divine music director, I am grateful. And I just release this and know that it ripples right back to the ocean of God, where we all are in oneness. And so it is.
So it is.
Yes.
Thank you, Jane.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jane. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you for showing up. Thank you, Julie and Gerd and Mary Ellen and Mimi, for participating with us. Thank you.
We love you all.
We love you all. You have a great night.